I'm leaving the East Midlands and heading into the heart of Wales. This is more than just a drive, it's a journey through some of the UK's most stunning and wild landscapes. Let's get going! My first stop was Pistyll Rhaeadr Waterfall, one of the most beautiful spots in Wales. This incredible waterfall drops around 240 feet, makes it the tallest single drop waterfall in the UK. This waterfall feels like something out of the fantasy film. Surrounded by cliffs and greenery, the sound of water alone is just really calming. It's been a place of inspiration for centuries, and some even consider it one of the 7 wonders of Wales. After spending a bit of time at the base, I decided to make my way to the top of the waterfall. The walk isn't too long, less than an hour, maybe about half an hour only, but it's a steady uphill climb. The path to the top leads through some amazing views, looking out over the valley. It really opens up as you climb, but I must say that the route isn't very well marked. There aren't many signs, so it's easy to miss where the path actually starts. And here I am at the top of waterfall. Unfortunately, I couldn't get better shot with my little drone, I'm sorry. But still, the views from up here were absolutely stunning. The valley just opens up around you, and honestly, it took my breath away. I could have stayed here for hours. It's just one of the spots where you realize how beautiful Wales is. So now I'm heading towards the cabin I have booked, basically in the middle of nowhere. I was absolutely starving at this point, hoping to find some shop, but nope, just sheep, hills and more sheep. But honestly, the ride through Snowdonia was something else. Even though my stomach was louder than the engine, I was completely blown away by the scenery. Along the way, I couldn't help but stop every time I saw a beautiful stop. Eventually, I have finally made it to Portmeirion, and yes, finally I found a shop. I did manage to get some much needed supplies for my barbecue, and then set off again about 30-minute drive from Portmeirion to my cabin, and of course the views just didn't stop. Eventually I have arrived at my cabin, tucked away in a completely remote area surrounded by nature. After a not so good night, thanks to the flight that decided to make my cabin its personal party place, I woke up totally exhausted, but still ready to hit the road, as my next destination was super exciting. So I arrived at Portmeirion, a village that looks like it was teleported straight from Mediterranean coast, but nope, it is still UK. The weather was absolutely perfect, blue sky and sunshine. I caught the vibe the minute I walked in. I felt like stepping into a colorful dream. Honestly, I couldn't believe this place actually exists in Wales. And honestly, this place is just surreal. It's a colorful Italian-style village with vibrant buildings, little hidden pathways, lush gardens and incredible sea view. And the attention to details is just amazing. Every corner looks like it was designed for a postcard or some kind of movie scenes. What makes it even more magical is the weather I got that day. Sunny, warm and clear blue skies. That just added to the Mediterranean vibe. I was just walking around in disbelief how this is actually UK. You would have never expected to find something like that in North Wales. There is even a fancy hotel in the village, although it's quite pricey. Guests there can use swimming pool as well. Portmeirion honestly blew my mind. It's like someone literally just dropped a slice of the Amalfi Coast right into the Wales. The architecture, the colors, the vibe, it all seemed like Italy. There are a few really charming cafes in the village, and they really add to the experience. You can grab proper Italian coffee or even treat yourself to some gelato and sit outside in the sun. It honestly felt like I was somewhere on the coast of Italy and definitely not in North Wales. The whole place just invites you to slow down and enjoy every moment. Whether you are walking through the gardens, looking out over the sea, or just relaxing with a coffee and watching the world go by. It's a very unique little gem that makes you forget that you are even in the UK. The last thing I wanted was to leave. Portmeirion had such a relaxing, sunny vibe that I could have stayed there all day long. But I still had one more thing on my mind. I wanted to catch a bit more of sunshine, this time on a proper local Welsh beach. So I headed to the nearest beach, which was about 30-minute drive from Portmeirion. When I got here, I was really surprised how large the beach was. There weren't many people around, and honestly, I know why. I couldn't sit still for more than 1 second without being interrupted by what I felt like the entire local fly population. So as much as I wanted to enjoy my beach time in peace, I had to cut it short and retreat. Even though the beach didn't quite work out thanks to the fly invasion, there was still one thing I really looked forward to. Getting back on the road and driving through Snowdonia again. Honestly, that part of the trip never gets old. The views are just next level, and I knew I would be stopping along the way at every chance I got. And that's how I stumbled upon this beautiful lake, hidden away, peaceful and completely empty. There was no one around, just me and the calm water. And just like that, I'm back on the road heading home to East Midlands. What I'm taking with me isn't just footage of photos, it's the memories, the peaceful moments, the stunning views and all these little adventures that made this trip so special. Wales truly surprised me, and I already know I'll be coming back. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, take care and keep exploring!